Welcome to The Explainer, and wow, what a week. Seriously, if you blinked, you might have missed it. The entire AI landscape just got a massive shakeup. It really feels like the game has completely changed, and we're going to unpack exactly what went down.
So where did it all start? Well, it kicked off with the one we've all been waiting for, GPT-5. And look at this quote from OpenAI CEO Sam Altman. He's not just talking about a simple upgrade here. He's framing this as a total shift. It's about moving from a tool that's just kinda smart to something that feels like a real expert.
Okay, so to get our heads around this absolute whirlwind, we're going to break it all down. We'll look at this new AI expert, then the wild creative race that kicked off, how AI is getting real jobs, a huge change in who can actually use these tools, and then we'll wrap up with some of the craziest headlines from the front lines.
All right, first up, GPT-5. Let's dig into what makes this release such a big deal. So, the headline news? It's out for everyone. And I mean everyone, including free users. OpenAI is calling it a unified model. What that means is they've basically taken the best parts of their previous models, the super fast one and the really deep thinking one, and smashed them together. It's the best of both worlds, all in one.
But here's what's really, really interesting. Look at the language they're using. They're ditching the term chatbot. Instead, they're calling this an AI agent. And that's a huge shift. We're talking about a system that doesn't just talk to you, it acts for you. It can write code, plan your calendar, summarize research. It does stuff. Now, OpenAI definitely didn't have the stage to themselves. As soon as GPT-5 dropped, it was like a starting pistol went off. Suddenly, every other big player jumped into the ring, sparking this massive creative arms race. Everyone wanted to show off what their AI could do.
And just like that, the whole game changed. It wasn't about who could write the best essay anymore. The new frontline was imagination. It became this mad dash to see who could create the coolest images, the most mind-blowing videos, or even, get this, entire interactive worlds, all from just a few words.
And what's fascinating is seeing the different playbooks. You had Elon Musk's XAI with Grok Image, which makes images and short videos, and they're leaning right into controversy with a spicy mode. Then you've got Google DeepMind with Genie 3, which is just, wow, it builds whole interactive worlds you can mess with in real time. And then there's Alibaba with Qwen Image, which is laser-focused on solving a really tricky problem, getting text inside of an image to actually look right. Okay, so this flows right into our next big theme. While one part of the AI world was becoming this wild creative artist, another part was, well, getting a job, a very specific job. AIs are moving from being a jack of all trades to becoming a master of one. And Microsoft really led the charge here. They unveiled a couple of AI tools that have nothing to do with art or poetry. Nope, these are built for serious professional work. It's a clear sign that we're moving into the era of the AI specialist.
So what are these specialists? First, there's Project Ire. Think of it like a digital Sherlock Holmes for cybersecurity. It can reverse engineer software to hunt for viruses all by itself, no humans needed. Then you've got Copilot 3D, a totally free tool for creators that can take a simple 2D drawing and turn it into a full-blown 3D model for games or VR. Pretty amazing.
And check out how good Project Ire is. In their tests, it caught 90% of malicious files. That's a really impressive number. But here's the other side of the coin, and it's just as important. It only had a 2% false positive rate. So what does that mean? It means it's not just finding the bad guys, it's also not constantly crying wolf. It's accurate. And in cybersecurity, that's huge.
All right, so you've got these titans clashing, right? Building these enormous models that live in giant data centers. But while all that was going on, something quieter, but maybe even more revolutionary, was happening. And it's all about access.
And this is a big one. For the first time in 6 years, OpenAI dropped an open weight model. It's called GPT-OSS. Now, open weight is key. It means you, yes you, can actually download this thing and run it on your own computer. It's not locked away in some OpenAI server farm anymore.
They actually gave us two flavors. There's a big one, the 120 billion parameter model, which is a beast. It performs a lot like their O4 mini model, and you can run it on a single powerful graphics card. But the real game changer? It's the smaller 20 billion parameter version. It performs like their older O3 mini, but get this, it only needs 16 gigs of RAM.
Just pause on that for a second. We're talking about running a seriously powerful AI, not in the cloud, but on your own personal computer, your laptop. This is a massive, massive deal. It's basically handing the keys to the kingdom to, well, everyone. Okay, for our last section, let's head to the frontier. This is the wild, messy, chaotic edge of AI, where a whole bunch of other stories popped up this week, showing just how fast and, honestly, how unpredictable this whole thing is getting. Yeah, it wasn't all about shiny new products from the big guys. There was this constant stream of smaller news bites that, when you put them all together, show you that AI is weaving itself into the fabric of our world at an incredible speed. And it's not all good news. So you had the good. An AI was used to find the body of a mountaineer who'd been lost for a year. Amazing, right? Then you had the inevitable. Elon Musk confirmed Grok is going to start showing you ads. And then the truly ambitious. NASA and Google are teaming up to build an AI medic for astronauts on their way to the moon and Mars. But then there's the other side. Some really alarming stuff came out. A new study showed that some AIs can now launch cyber attacks all on their own without any human telling them to. A report raised huge geopolitical questions, suggesting NVIDIA might have a secret kill switch in chips they've sold to China. And even something as simple as a chess game, where OpenAI's model absolutely demolished Grok's chess, just shows you how intense and maybe even a little reckless this competition has become. And all of this chaos and progress, it all leads to this pretty chilling warning from Geoffrey Hinton. I mean, he's literally called the godfather of AI. He's basically saying the clock is ticking. We might be about to lose our ability to understand what AI is even thinking, that it could start to think in a language that is totally alien to us. So, let's just try to wrap our heads around this week. In just a few days, AI became an expert you can talk to, a creative partner you can work with, a specialized pro that can do your job, and a tool you can literally hold in your hand, or at least on your laptop. Look, there's no question we're in a sprint to unlock all this incredible power. But as we're moving at this breakneck speed, it leaves you with one big question, right? Are we actually prepared for a future where we rely on this technology for everything, but we can no longer even begin to understand how it thinks?